Thank you very much. I want to thank you, Mr. Demming, for being with us today. And did I understand you correctly when you said that you are an electrician?
That's correct, Mr. Congressman.
And how long have you been that?
Over 30 years, Mr. Congressman.
Now, Mr. Demming, I understand that after the wires melted at the guard camp, is that true? They melted?
Yes, sir, Mr. Congressman.
All right, let me see if we can connect some dots here. The embassy asked, after they melted, the embassy asked KBR to conduct a technical inspection of the entire guard camp electrical system. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And were you a part of that in any way?
Yes, I was, Mr. Congressman.
All right. Now, Mr. Chairman, I have a copy of KBR's report dated May 25th, 2007, which I asked to be made a part of the hearing record. Mr. Demming, this report says that it is from Paul Creation. You know him?
Say that again.
I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong. Paul, Cretien.
Cretin.
Yeah, who is he?
He's my electrical engineer. He works on my staff.
All right, so he's under you?
That is correct, Mr. Congressman.
All right. On page 1 of this report, it lists areas, quote, areas of concern, and it says this, quote, one of the greatest areas of concern is the use of counterfeit wire, unquote, which refers to a wire found which has a particular wire size printed on the insulation but actually has smaller, lower capacity conductors. Is that right?
That's correct, Mr. Congressman.
Did you actually obtain samples of the counterfeit wire?
Yes, that is correct, Mr.
Now, that word counterfeit, that's a pretty strong word, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And in other words, it implies that somebody did something wrong. Is that right? In other words, that it's not proper. Is that right?
That's correct.
And how did you determine what the size of the wire and the insulation was?
When the team was inspecting on that technical inspection through the panels to further meet the needs of the direction that we received, they identified that first by looking at the cable that was installed. Mm-hmm. Further investigation, we found that the cable was marked, and on that cable marking, it was marked for the required cable size. As further investigation went, the copper diameter size of the conductors inside the multi-conductor cable was thought to be smaller than what the stamped rating was on the jacket.
So, in other words, even if the specifications had asked for a certain thing, when you went to look at the wire, that even if the specifications had asked for it, the proper wire was not there. Is that correct?
That's correct.
I believe we have a picture of the counterfeit wires you found. Can we please display that on the screen? And where did you find this wire in the camp?
This particular cable was going to the fryers from a panel inside the DFAC, the dining facility.
And so what problems might result from the use of such a counterfeit wire?
Well, they might melt.
As they did?
Correct.
After you did your report to the embassy wrote this cable to OBO, and here's what they said, and I quote, several additional issues have arisen, including the discovery of counterfeit wire, end of quote. So they reported what you found to Washington. Now, I want to show you what Washington said in response. This was written on June 7th, and I asked that it be entered into the record. The cable said this, quote, we have also asked KBR and Post to identify any counterfeit wire in its location, and they have not been able to do so. Mr. Demming, first of all, did you understand what I just said?
Yes, Mr. Congressman.
And I'm asking you, Mr. Demming, did anyone at OBO ever ask you about the counterfeit wire you found?
No, Mr. Congressman.
Did anyone at OBO ask anyone on your team about it?
Mr. Congressman.
To your knowledge?
To my knowledge, no.
Do you know why OBO would claim in this cable that they asked you for this when they didn't? Do you know?
No, I do not know that.
One of the documents that the committee subpoenaed is a fire safety inspection report at the embassy complex itself. We understand that this inspection report documents a number of serious safety risks similar to those that KBR found at the guard base. But the State Department won't turn this document over to the committee That's not a good sign. Covering up serious safety problems at the embassy does not make them go away. Again, this word counterfeit is very significant, is it not?
That is correct, Mr. Congressman.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Cummings.